Hi YouTube. Today I still want to vlog. I want to talk about personal stuff. Yeah, I know it's kind of stupid, like actually what I want to talk about, but I just feel like venting. Um, and I was writing some poetry about like I'm always, like I said, I'm always dealing with fears, but I am on the cusp of Taurus and Aries because my birthday is April 22nd and it changes, I think, on April 20th. So if you have a birthday that's anywhere like 3 days near the change date, you're considered a cusper. You have influences from both sides. Aries and Taurus would be my cusp. But my mother was a full-fledged Taurus. And I'm a lot like her. So I think I know what I'm talking about when I talk about Taurus. And I think that there's a misconception about Taurus because the first thing that most people want to say when they're describing a Taurus is that they're stubborn or lazy. I believe that that is absolutely false. We are considered stubborn because, yeah, we do like routine and we do like it's not like we don't like surprises, it's just that we don't like uncertainty and confusion. We prefer clarity. And so it looks like we're being stubborn, but it's just that if I was taught that this is Vaseline and tomorrow somebody says it's Bagoo Goo, it may take me a while to come to terms with that because for 50 some years I've been calling this Vaseline. So it's not really me trying to be stubborn, it's just 50 years of experience opposed to a new idea. So I just want to talk about me as a Taurus and how the past 8 to 10 years, I have changed more than I ever changed previous to the past 8 or 10 years. I have made major changes in my personal life, in my daily routine, in my uh, philosophy of finances, uh, in my thoughts on career and education, and even in socializing, um, I've made a lot of changes. And some of them I didn't really want to make or think about that I would ever make, but I did. And I could say, well, it was forced on me because of suffering or circumstances. I was playing the victim of circumstance card, and I still believe that there's a lot of validity to the phrase victim of circumstance because I think a lot of people are kind of cocky and arrogant when they say there are no victims. You have to take control. You are the master of your own universe. That's true to some degree, but victim of circumstance is also true to the same degree. So they're both valid. And but change is not just difficult for a Taurus. Anybody born under any star could experience a difficulty in trying to change something about themselves. It's not an you know naturally an easy thing. Ask a squirrel to stop acting squirrely. Ask a bird to stop flying. Ask a fish to stop swimming. Can they change real quick? Are they being stubborn? But we, the humans, we're asked to change all the time. And then if we don't change, We're stubborn. And I don't really like that. I don't really like being called stubborn because stubborn is associated with the word stupid, and I don't consider myself a stupid person. I mean, yeah, I've made mistakes and I beat myself up and call myself stupid for my mistakes. But again, that's just part of being human. Um, Now, the changes that I made the past 8 to 10 years, uh, they were pretty dramatic, actually. I mean, I got divorced. That was a big change. Yep, at the end of 2023. I was 52 years old and I got divorced. That's a big change. Um, I have no social life whatsoever. And that's a big change because in my 20s and my 40s, I had a social life, whether it was through a job or church or just, going out with friends. In my 20s and 40s, I had a social life. I have no social life. So that's another change. Um, I used to be obsessed all in my and throughout my whole first 7 years of marriage, I was obsessed with my poetry. I tried to publish books, for myself and others, and I was obsessed with poetry. That has changed. I'm not obsessed with it anymore. I still like it, but, like, if I'm not a poet or if I'm not going to make a lucrative career financially out of poetry, I'm not being stubborn about it. I've accepted that poetry is not popular enough to make a career out of. That changed. Um, I don't. mm, Here's some bad habits that I gave up. Um, I used to be in my young 20s. I was so insecure about myself that if anybody showed me any attention, I would jump into bed with them. Yeah, I was pretty slutty when in my young 20s because I just was so starving for attention. And that's changed. I don't know if marriage changed me or divorce changed me or just my 30s when I spent a lot of time depressed and alone, and dealing with mental health issues. That may have changed my attitude about that, but I really just don't see the point in sacrificing my body just because I'm lonely. So that changed. Um, Another bad habit that changed. I still smoke, but I was bad. I mean, I was up to 2 packs a day, which was costing me about $300 a month. That changed. Have gone to the cheapos, which is less than $2 a pack. I smoke outside. I don't smoke indoors anymore. So, I smoke less because I actually have to go outside to smoke. And I don't know, I'm only spending about $50-$60 a month now on that bad habit. So, I mean, I've made changes on my diet. I've changed my diet some. I don't eat as much. I don't require like I'm not, I mean, I used to be sort of annoyed if I couldn't get my Whopper or my Big Mac. And I mean, you should have seen me like when I was like 21. I mean, I could eat a full, you know, supersized meal in 5 seconds like I was a football player. Now, I mean, just the Whopper alone, I can finish and I'm full. No fries, no supersized drink, just the Whopper, you know. But I don't get upset about it. If I don't have the money to go to Burger King or McDonald's or whatever. I eat some crackers or I make little bread balls and I eat that. That's changed. So I'm just trying to show you that your notion that Taurus as a zodiac sign cannot change is not accurate. Think that is a sort of the Taurus cliche. That's not true. We only appear to be stubborn because we like stability and we like clarity. So, we don't, it's not that we hate change, it's that we question it because we want to understand why we're being forced to accept something different from what we've been doing all along. And that's been, one of the causes of my temper tantrums, and one of the causes of me looking stupid to other people. Uh, you know, I mean, if we feel that there's something that should be, certain, then it's more than a surprise or a shock. It's you know suspect. It's suspicious to us, and that comes across to many people as we're being stubborn. But it's not. It's a loyalty to truth, if there is such a thing.